And this is what they're talking about in Washington because they want to reduce this giant debt. Of course, tax is not really on the table for the Republicans. But I want to talk about the 90s because it seems like that was a big issue this week. If we just went back to the tax rates under the Clinton era, and I would add to that, although this is not really on the table, go back to the defense spending of the 90s, because I don't think people realize defense spending has gone up 81% just since 2001, not including the wars. So if we just went back to the 90s, couldn't that solve our problem? If the Congress just did nothing, the Bush tax cuts would expire and solve 75% of this problem, I believe.
No, I don't think that's not right. That's not right.
Well, I want to bring up the subject of lying, and I know there's something called tariffing, you know that term, which I think it's Farsi. It means like people in that culture, they lie on purpose, like if...
Dissembling.
Dissembling.
Right, right. Obfuscating
we
the
both know we're lying.
in times of war,
right, or in
example.
anything, you know, the desert, sleep with one eye open. So if somebody says, I'd love to have you for dinner, and you know they don't want to have you dinner, you say, oh, I'd love to come, but you don't come.
You know you're not going to be
But
there.
if you really show up, that's bad manners. Okay, let's show the clip of John Kyle, because this is American lying at its finest.
If you want an abortion, you go to Planned Parenthood, and that's well over 90% of what Planned Parenthood does.
Right. Planned Parenthood, as we all know, does 3%. And I don't want to... I mean, all the media was on this guy this week, and I want to say that he's an evil liar who insults the intelligence of all living things, including mushrooms and mold. But and his spokesman said his remark was not intended to be a factual statement. I mean, to me, in a history of a lot of, we could show a lot of politicians with a lot of lies. To me, this takes the cake.
What compares to that? It's the only thing I can think of would be Sarah Palin about Russia from her backyard kind of thing. Seeing it? I mean,
that's in there. I mean,